about it now. This guy has to be in the All-Madden team.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they'll probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Gainwell will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Zach Bond there on the tackle. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7. Geno now to throw. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's able to get this one out close to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to Walker on 1st down. Trucks over him. Oh, Walker showing the power. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 33 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 33 yards. And the Eagles are once again back in front. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned, he's coming for you.
incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, we saw... We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Quickly to the air is Burrow. And his first pass is incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Barkley inside handoff. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man is Uzama.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. Oh, good move. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. 46 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Sheds off the tackle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Burrow looking to pass. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. Steps away to his left. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with an amazing diving catch. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Steps away. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did. Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Eagles are able to move back in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one fielded in the end zone. It will be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Another run for Brown on 2nd down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down, but Burrow stays put. They're going for it.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. A very interesting call, and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it did. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. C.J. Uzomah taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. On first down, Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Looking deep here for Chase. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Now he's loose at the 40.
at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now a first carry for their fullback. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
First man through, it's the fullback Juszczyk. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he'll take this ahead for about 4, 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Another carry here for the fullback, Juszczyk. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
first and 10, it's Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Throwing is Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be wrangled down quickly after the catch up at the 45-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Nick Bosa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
They go play action here. Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Purdy.
And it's caught by Jennings.
And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Two field goals, the combined output in half number one. Could be first touchdown wins.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles, so as we start the third quarter.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. They keep it with Barkley on first down.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Hurts.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this down to the 36.
It's a 9-yard gain and it keeps the drive moving.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Barkley will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
LA it good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Purdy on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
How about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now Purdy.
And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That is caught. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
26 yards.
And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Hurts. That's to Goddard. What a grab. And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes. And that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity. What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the give, this is their fullback.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Right back to Juszczyk again. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
This is McCaffrey on the give. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's 2nd down. Seven consonants, one vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Wow, so they were already in field goal range. Now this and a completely new story to tell.
And frankly, what they're going to say when they review this game and go over it, they're going to tell the offense, you had one job. All right, you knew what you had to get done. You knew where we wanted to kick the field goal from. You know our range. Just take care of the football, and we win the game.
Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action But that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 55 yards out. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and that changes everything here in OT.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
He's got his man, Jennings.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This is McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders.
And he's into the clear.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 120 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers.
He goes 41 yards on that touchdown run. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers. All of them kind of moving as one, and look at the end result. Big plays.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Barkley, inside handoff. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Now 2nd and 3. A handoff to Barkley. Down right around the 25. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 4. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
The quick slant caught. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. So he's able to take it in from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from capturing the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Elliott good on the extra point, and with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is
Tonight, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They go play action here on first down.
He's got his tight end down the field. That's Sanders.
And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on first down. Keene eluding the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Off the play fake. Keene forced out to his left. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Off play action. Keene.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Flush to his right.
That is caught. He finds his big target, Leggett.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
That one complete to Leggett.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Back to throw again. Touchdown! A great play there. And now this offense gets ready to take over the football. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Keene. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Off play action. Keene. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Touchdown, Carolina. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
off the play fake. Keene. He'll buy some time right. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed.
Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Keene. That is caught by Thielen. There he goes left side. Touchdown. Adam Thielen. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Keene looking for Sanders here on the deep ball.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Throwing to start the drive. Keene being chased out left. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, Keene escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Complete. Smith has it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Adam Thielen. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Keene. Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st down, Keene. It's caught. Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Flushed out right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Keene flush to his right.
That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders.
Touchdown Panthers. A great... football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Off play action. Keene. Oh, wide open. Complete. There he goes again. Touchdown, Carolina. Adam Thielen. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Throwing on first down. Keene. High throw, but he makes the catch. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Herb Smith Jr. After the touchdown, this offense back out there to see what they can do. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here, escaping the pressure right. Now he's loose again. Inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just... And they're moving on to the conference champion.
Tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl.